Hey guys, it's Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, back with another wild tip on immigration. I'm coming to you tonight, and it is starting to get a little bit closer to dark, from one of my favorite places in the world, Cottonwood Park. It's located just down from my house, down in the river bottom, along the Old Man River. And normally you wouldn't think this is a pretty special place. But the thing I love most about it is, as I'm doing this recording, I can hear the deer walking around me. And I found a nice little secluded place nestled in the crook of a tree with a beautiful, and I'm going to show you this view. This beautiful little gully behind me that is a great spot for deer to walk by. And they often don't even see me sitting here. So I get up close and personal with some pretty cool deer. Then eventually they smell me and take off, but it's awesome. And ironically, they don't seem to care too much about me talking. It's more if they smell me. Well, anyways, back to this wild tip today. Today's tip relates to proof of funds. And many people, as they're collecting their proof of funds for express entry or some other immigration application, they always wonder whether or not immigration deducts the loans that they have directly across the savings that they have, or directly from the savings accounts. In other words, if you have $20,000 in your account and you're using that for the purposes of settling in Canada, and you have a $10,000 loan somewhere else, does immigration simply deduct the liability against the asset, leaving you with $10,000 Canadian? The answer is no, they don't do that. But they do look at your entire financial picture. So they look at what those payments are. And clearly, a good example is if your payments are $5,000 a month and you only have the very bare minimum when it comes to proof of funds, and within 1 month or 2 months, you're going to have those proof of funds burned up because you have a payment on that loan. Obviously, it may be that $5,000 payments may be on a $300,000 loan. But unless you can demonstrate that you have sufficient funds to get yourself settled in Canada, they can refuse. So it's a whole different discussion demonstrating it. But the most important thing to realize is that no, they don't just straight across deduct. But you need to have a good plan in place. And I'll give you one last tip. The tip is, I often want my clients to be able to prove that they have enough settlement funds to cover those payments on all those loans for 6 months, and then have the minimum settlement funds Canada asks them to have when they're applying for whatever their application is, express entry primarily. All right, so there is my wild tip for today down in the wilds of Cottonwood Park. And one of these days, there's going to be some animal that walks out there and decides they want a cameo or to photobomb my video. As long as it's a small one, I'm okay with that. No bears allowed. Take care, guys. Mark Holthe, Canadian immigration lawyer, signing off with another wild tip on immigration.